Hey crafty friends, I am going to be doing a little bit of shopping today and probably tomorrow. So this video may be over the course of a few days, but I plan on hitting up some Ollies, Hobby Lobbies, and then I have some other boring errands to run that I will not probably be taking you on. But your girl got to paint some doors this weekend. Ugh. But I figured let me do some fun shopping for some craft supplies while I'm at it. So my first stop is Ollie's. This is the one in the Chesterfield, Virginia location. I'm just going to kind of chat a little bit about what I've been seeing here at Ollie's, at least my past few trips, some of which I have not filmed. But a few weeks ago I went and they did have a day-to-day Maggie Holmes planner when I went, and I did not pick it up. It was $1.99, but I have more than enough planners. But when they had the planners, they only had like about 5, and then they had some journals, and they had like a bunch of those. Those were all gone as well. So it does seem like each week, my store at least is putting out a few new items. There does seem to be a space issue to fit a lot of the items, especially on the dollar table. So that could be a problem. My store has now a gazillion of these stamps. That is a new item that was not there previously. That will probably be there for another month. Those dot stickers, they were there during my first haul and then they sold out, and now they finally brought some more out. And then the erasable pens, the 2-pack. I don't know if other people have had them at their store, but they have boxes upon boxes upon boxes. They even had a couple of boxes open in the school supply area, which I did not film, and they have more boxes that they have yet to open that's sitting on a top shelf. So I don't know how they're going to get rid of those unless they sell them for $0.25 each, because I mean, I just didn't even really want them, so I haven't even purchased them. But yeah, my store has plenty of that. So the scrapbook paper has been moved, at least in my store. The pads, the scrapbook paper pads, are on the stationery aisle. And they have like a sign that had $1.99. So they had quite a few, but not a lot. So they had like 4 or 5 different types of scrapbook paper. Some of them was a thinner type of paper, which is still thick, but it's not your cardstock thickness that you find in some scrapbook paper pads. They also had a cutting mat that I did not pick up, and I wish I did now looking back at it. But they have plenty, and I don't think it's something that's going to sell out unless everybody watching this video lives in my area and rushes to go get them. I've also seen other people say they found those in their store. It was like $2.99. I figured that might be something worth having. And it's thin, so it takes up no space. So I might go back and get that. I've been hitting up this Ollie's like once a week. But like I said, every time I go, it's like 1 or 2 new items, and that's about it. So I'm just waiting for like some more craft tools to kind of hit the shelves. That's the reason why I keep going back. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. All right, so now I'm going to be sharing with you Hobby Lobby. So Hobby Lobby around this time every year is when they do their craft reduction, or they do their whole clearance over their entire store. They are usually slower to do their paper crafts. It's usually one of the last items that they do. I will say I think they usually do this maybe around February, March as well. So those are like the 2 times of the year, I think, that they do this. A lot of the items were just 50% off, but there were a few that were a little bit more of like the 60 to 70% off. I also did not see as many orange stickers as I had seen in the past. I will just say I did not see any orange stickers where the scrapbook paper was. So none of the paper packs, none of the paper pads, or any of that nature. The only washi were these big packs of washi. They didn't have the little smaller rolls of washi on sale. I find that the quality of the bigger packs, I just don't really like that. So I decided to pass, but you do get a lot of washi for a decent price. So it's not that bad of a deal. So a lot of these like embellishments and stick-on things range between 62 cents to like a little over $1. I don't really know what to use most of them on, so I didn't really pick very many up. The alphabet stickers. So these all were about $1.74 to $2.12 was like the general range. And it was mostly your larger alphabet stickers as well as those that were either golds or your kind of colorful ones. So your smaller black letters typically were not reduced. I don't know how they pick which ones are reduced, but you can kind of see. I just start doing like an overall scan instead of just honing in on the sale ones. So that way you guys can at least see some of the colors and sizes that are on sale. But just know that most of them were going for like $1.74 to $2.12. And then they also had, this is the same aisle as the stickers. They had these gems. I thought they were really cute. I thought about buying them and then I was like, well, what would I use them for? So I didn't. But again, they were less than $2 as well for the bigger pack. I think the bigger pack might have been $2.12. But yeah, super cute things. Just, I don't have a need for them. And then we are going to end with the pens. These were all half off. I do think they have a pretty decent regular retail price on their pens. So half off, I was finding to be a good deal. I did compare the prices with Amazon and these were cheaper. And Amazon is usually some of the cheaper prices I can find when compared to other stores. All right, guys, so I'm going to share with you some of the things that I purchased from Walmart because I did pick up some pens that were reduced, from Hobby Lobby as well as from my Ollies. Again, I live in the Richmond, Chesterfield area, so all of these stores were local to that area. I do also want to mention a few weeks ago, I picked up this. This is the Vicky Bouton, I don't know how you say her name, travel album. I got this from Ross. And I got this for $3.99. So it's really, really cute. It's a binder system. You have this scrapbook paper that's already pre-decorated in here. So you could just stick pictures or just journal on those. Plus you got some page protectors. I think you got 10 page protectors and 10 of these. Plus you have pretty large rings, which means you can add a lot to it. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use it, but I was like, you know, one day I might decide to use it. So I'm going to pick it up for $3.99. It was the only one that was at my Ross. And they also had some Park Lane paper pads. So I'm pretty much just mentioning these because as we start to see things at Dollar General, as well, obviously, as Ollie's with American Craft buyout, there are other stores that also do those types of buyouts. Ross is one, you know, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I'm not sure. They don't have as big of a craft area, but either does Ross, and they did have a few items, so you just never know. I know Burlington does buyouts, but again, I'm not sure that you'll find anything there. So Ross, definitely check Ross out. If you just happen to be by looking at something else, just definitely check out the craft section. Like I said, it had this and then 2 of the Park Lane paper pads. They were $5, $4.99. So obviously not the $1 craft blowout or $1.99 paper pads, but still a really good deal. Really quick, what I purchased from Walmart is I got this and this. So these were not heavily reduced. I think this one rang up more than what it was supposed to. I'm not 100% sure. It was like $4.83. And I think it was supposed to be $4, but I think it's regular like $6 for some reason at other stores. But these are just metallic ink joy pens. They are 0.8, which I like 0.8. I especially when it comes to like gel type stuff, I really like 0.8 in general. So I was like, hey, we're going to try this. I liked the colors, even though I have plenty of gel pens. I wanted to buy them, so I got those. And then these were marked down to $5. These are the 0.5 microns. These are probably one of my favorites. I also like the 0.08s or the 0.8s. So I picked these up. I think these were close to like $7. So I think I got like $1.50 off. They're fine. I will say microns, I find a really good place to pick those up are from Hobby Lobby because they have a really good regular price. They're never go on sale there, but they have a really good retail price that I find to be cheaper than a lot of other places. Let me chat quickly about Ollie's before I get into Hobby Lobby. I did buy wrapping paper. This was up at the front of the store by the registers, and I saw it when I was sitting up there. This was $1, obviously, and I just don't have regular non-holiday wrapping paper, so I was like, let me just grab it because it's one of those things that you may need one day. You will likely need one day. And then I purchased 2 paper packs from Ollie's. These are both $1.99. Again, they were on the stationery aisle and not on the $1 table. I think they're starting to do that now. Move the non-$1 items to the stationery aisle, which means definitely be sure to check that one out. Could just be my store, but other stores might do that as well. Plus, they really need to make room on those tables for probably a lot of the items they have in the back. So the reason why I purchased these 2 and not some of the other paper packs that were there, because there were a couple of more, as well as some small, like the smaller size ones, is because this is thin. This isn't the cardstock. And as someone who likes to use this kind of stuff in journals and planners and things of that nature and not use them as standalone card for card making or anything, I do prefer this type of paper, and it's kind of harder to find. Michael's has some, but especially when it comes to clearance, I can never find it. So that's the reason why I picked it up, because I figured this would be good ways to dress up some of my, not really planner pages, but who knows, maybe, but really some of my journaling pages, like in my Archer and Olive journals and things of that nature. Of course, it's going to add a little bit of bulk, but nowhere near the amount of bulk that a cardstock paper pad would. I'm trying to make smart choices, y'all. I'm trying to make choices. I have a lot of scrapbook paper that does have the cardstock and stuff on it, but I was like, let me start buying some more of this and not just buy pretty paper because it's pretty. This one I almost bought 2 of. But I was like, after I use it, because you get 2 of each design, I'm like, after I use it once, definitely after I use it twice, I'm going to be over it. So I don't need another one. This one, it has like a little space here to cut, but it's not perforated or anything like that. But these are the holidays. So New Year's, Valentine's Day. I like how Valentine's Day is just like pretty. It's not like super lovey-dovey. I mean, obviously it's hearts, but you can use that for anything. St. Patrick's Day. Easter. This is, I guess, supposed to be Easter, but to me it can be anything. I don't really consider this candy Easter. It's just very spring-like colors. We're going to assume this one is maybe Mother's Day, because there is not a Mother's Day, but there is a Father's Day. And then we have 4th of July, but it could also be Memorial Day, because we don't have a Memorial Day one. And we have summer. See, this one you could use a couple of different ways, because I would probably cut this off and just use the water for something. And then here's like the September-ish one. I just associate sunflowers with September. Back to school. I guess this is kind of going into fall with the apples. And of course, this is Halloween, and really Halloween. And fall, this is really, really pretty. Again, with fall, like more Thanksgiving-ish fall. And then we're going to have Christmas. I guess, I mean, this is with the Christmas, but with Christmas cookies type stuff, but they're not super Christmassy. So again, you could probably use that for anything. They have a lot of Christmas stuff. I wish they didn't have as many Christmas and just had some more like seasonal ones. Like if they would have had like a winter landscape or something like that. But that's what I purchased from Ollie's. Now we're going to take a look at what I got from Hobby Lobby. I was really, really reserved in my purchasing at Hobby Lobby. So I got some stickers, stamp set. I'm missing one of these. I have it, but I just don't know where I put it at. It's so small. Okay, so this is my purchase from Hobby Lobby. Yes, I bought some more pens. So I bought the G2 Metallics from Pilot. These are really, really cool colors. I have, so like the reason why I purchased these and these is I have a lavender paper notebook and a black paper notebook, and gel pens are the way to go for that. Plus these colors in particular would look good anywhere, and I like to use sometimes pretty colors like this to like draw boxes or something like that instead of just using stamps or something of that nature. So yeah, that's why I got those. Then I wanted to try Le Pen. I've never tried Le Pen. This is a really cool Look at that. Super cool. It was $4.74, regular $9.49. So it was half off. Same with this. This was regular $15. I got for $7.49. Let's put that over there so we're not getting them confused. But yeah, so I like the pastel colors. They also had jewel toned, but I think I have enough jewel toned. And when I looked these up on Amazon, the pastels didn't look super like highlighter-ish. So I don't think I have a lot of that color. You never know though. Here is some label stamps. So this one I got for $1.24, again, half off. I'm just going to actually use the label and probably the frames. I'm not going to be using any of the small little things in there except the stuff here that might like help accent, accent the label. But I'm just going to use the frames. I'm not going to use probably anything that's in the middle. The frames are really, really small, but I'm kind of into using things like that to kind of highlight certain text or ideas or whatever. Alphabet stickers. There were tons that were on clearance. A lot of your really large ones and a lot of your wilder colors or patterns, I guess you would say. So I got the gold because, again, this should work if I wanted to use it in one of the notebooks with colored paper. Plus, I do think gold looks really pretty sometimes and just regular white paper. But I think it is one of the clear stickers that show up pretty well versus just black, because I can't use that on colored paper very much. But that's why I purchased this. So you got 10 sheets, and it does have alphabets and numbers, and I got it for $2.12. So this one was what, 70% off, 75% off, or somewhere of that nature. It was $8.49. I just kind of want to get it a little kind of FYI if you do go to Hobby Lobby, and most of you who shop there probably know this. Make sure if you're paying like full price for something, check the price that's listed on all of the same items. They differ in price. There was another pack of alphabet stickers that had a $10.99 price on it, and it was the same exact one as this. Now, the reduced price was the same, but I've also seen that with sticker books. Some of them would say $8.99, and some of them would say $17. So just an FYI. This one I kind of had to open to like look at, so I opened it when I came home. But this is 8 sheets. Again, I paid $1.74. $6.99 was the regular price. But they're just paper stickers, so these aren't clear. These are paper, and they are cut out around it. It's hard to see that, but these look like iron-on patches, and I just have nothing like that, so I thought it was super cool. I didn't buy any of the smaller alphabet stamps because, I do have a Cricut, and I was like, I can make my own based on whatever type of like theme I'm doing. But these I just thought were super cool. And I'm like, for $1.74, I'll get them. Hopefully I'll use them. And then I got these two for a specific purpose. So I have iron-ons, and then I have, these are just adhesive gems. And the reason why I got it, do I have my regular planner here? Now I'm not going to cover this planner up with this, but I have some other planners that I may want to use in 2026, or if not 2027, if not 2026, then maybe 2027. So, and they all have like the year on it, and I'm using outdate ones. So I was like, I could use this, or I can use this. I don't know, it was 69 cents. This was 49 cents. The thought process would be just to kind of make it look cute and like hide the year. There's still a year here, but that's fine. You can't even see it after a while, after it starts wearing out. I have to figure out how to use the iron-on though, because obviously I don't want to put heat onto this. I'm a little nervous about doing that. Maybe I could put a little bit of steam on it, and then maybe a little bit of steam on here, and maybe that would be enough. Maybe with some glue. Like real, like Gorilla Glue, not like craft glue. Maybe we'll try with that. Maybe craft glue. If you've ever tried some iron-on things like this, like on books or journals, let me know how exactly you did that, just so that way maybe I don't have to do trial and error. But these should be fine. I just don't know how long these would stick with just adhesive on the front of a cover. That's what makes me nervous. But for 49 cents, I'm like, it might be worth a try. Because these will go on sale every time they go and have their clearance for their paper crafts. So if it ends up working, I can go buy more at a later time. But this is all I wanted to start with. So yeah, this is my Hobby Lobby haul. It ended up being like $20 because of these. I did have the gel, the jelly roll ones, but I ended up putting them back. I could probably go back and get them if I wanted to, but they were $10, which is like $1 a pen, which isn't bad, but they were glitter, and I wasn't sure if I would use it or if it was really worth it, because if I'm just using it for like line work and not necessarily coloring, I don't know if you would see it. But let me swatch these really quick just in case you're interested. All right, so everything here is the Le Pen. Let me talk about this really quick. So this is the Le Pen Flex. It says it has a flexible rubberized brush tip. I love all of the colors. These are a little bright for me, but I absolutely love those two. These are super thin. I don't like, it's not very comfortable, but like, look at that tip. I don't know that they feel that flexible. And when you hold it like that, I feel like it's getting with the, I don't think that's the ink drying out. It's like rubbing on the thing. I mean, I guess it's fine for coloring. Maybe that's what they mean by it. I don't know. It's just maybe because that's like larger. It's enhanced and larger, so it looks a lot different. And then these are the gels. I did not do all of the gels. I really liked how the colors wrote. I did not like how the black wrote. And these are 0.7, which I do like 0.7, like 0.7, 0.8. And yeah, 0.7, 0.8 is probably like my favorite when it comes to pens. These, they don't say anything because they're just brush. But yeah, these are 0.7, but the black did not write as juicy as those do. So I don't know. We'll see. But I have plenty of black pens, so I don't care. But the other ones I really, really liked. So that's the swatching of this. I did not swatch these or anything like that. But that's pretty much my haul. I hope you enjoyed some of the in-store footage. Hopefully it didn't make you dizzy or cause you to roll your eyes too much at my horrible filming. I need to get one of those like sticks that keep it more stabilized. But then everybody would know I'm filming. I just get really nervous, so I don't know yet. But there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.